Okay, hello everyone. Oh, I should probably click continue and not just be in the main menu. That might help. Oh, goodness. Yeah, hi, Ghost. This will be great. No, that's crazy. Hello. Adios. Oh. Okay, goodbye. That's fair. I wish I could adios myself. Okay.
Smoke and sweat. That's how you know you've done a good day's work.
Alrighty. Here we are! Okay. We are at the scanned glyphs. Oh boy. Okay, let me get myself situated. Everyone, go get your snacks. Go get your drinks and your snacks. This is gonna be a long one. That's what she said. Anyways. I remember this one. Oh dear lord. I'm just gonna scroll through really quickly. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, let me take a drink. Ah! Me too, Ghost. I shouldn't be screaming, because I should, you know, I have to save my voice. Okay. The Chronicles of the Sun Kings. Oh, I hope my audio is okay. No. Okay. The founder, Araman, who guided our forefathers from the shadows of the savage east into the fastness of the Mesa Valley, and who, reading the signs of sun and shadow both, delivered them to the site of Holy Meridian. The bounteous The bounteous Amavad, who oversaw the clearing and sowing of the royal maize lands, so that none who walked in the sun's favor should go hungry again, who cut back the jewel to claim the rich estate lands for the first houses of the Sun Court. The far-seeing Sadahin, who expanded the sun's dominion to the north, south, and east, setting a gate at Bright Market Harbor, and who before the sun at its highest proclaimed these lands would be known as the Cargus Sundom. So by the light it was good. Generous... Oh no! Jewadin? Jawadin. Jawadin. We're gonna go with Jawadin. Who stocked the metal markets with the spoils of his own trampler hunts, and who allowed trade from north and south, even permitting outlanders the gift of the counting glyphs so they might understand more than simple barter. Zavarad, the Pilgrim Sun King, whose tower was raised to the top of the ridge of Veils, and who crossed the great waters of the daybreak, so the Sundom might extend even further, and to honor this passage had the great blazon arch raised on the far shores. Bold Arrive, who saw the suns passing into the west as a challenge, and forged after it with a great army, to be pushed back 3 times at the great canyon lands that would be known as the Daunt, until on the 4th time his cohort broke through and were vanished in the lands beyond. Do you mean vanquished? And were vanished in the lands beyond. Should that be vanquished? But also, by the way, ring the lore bell. The Daunt is a place that we will be going soon. The sun poofed them! The Daunt is to be continued in the Forbidden West. Dun dun dun. Okay. Prudent Bossidid, who had the mantle of his fallen brother thrust upon him suddenly, who ordered the construction of the fortress of Sunfall and the garrison at Blazon Arch, declaring the land beyond it the Forbidden West, where only the sun may go. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Kuvadin the Returner, who strove to bring civilization to the savage east, but returned after many strenuous endeavors, saying it was no longer fit for the people of the sun, and called for the building of great towers and walls so this wild land might be observed safely. Oh, that's smart. Ronin, the Firebird, who saw the Sundom suffer unprovoked attack by the Tanakh horde, and who, against the protests of his advisors, accompanied his army to confront them. Under the sun he claimed victory, though he was greatly scarred. He wore his blazon helmet from that day. Aww. Nahasis, who was a hunter as much as a Sun King, and called for the proudest men of the noble houses to prove themselves in competition beneath the sun, and that those who felled the greatest machines would be situated as the first Sunhawk and Hawks of the Hunter's Lodge. The illuminated Marzid, who the sun visited with visions so vivid and grand, he commissioned many statues and frescoes of his visage in Meridian, and for his summer palace in Sunfall had the great citadel raised, where he remained painting until he took deathly ill from his own pigments. Oof. Death by paint! Hyvis, elder brother of Marzid, who decreed each family with a suitable male child should be submitted, that child in service of the Sundom's then depleted ranks, and had the artisans turn their attention from works of art to outfitting each soldier of the sun with the very finest armor, halberd, and bow. What the hell is a halberd? Or halberd? Oh. A halberd. Two-handed pole weapon. Oh. I see. Okay. Cool. I learned something new. Jiran, who in his early years was a strong Sun King, defending the Sundom from the encroachment of other tribes and the derangement of the machines, who became greedily elated? No. Oh, who became greatly addled, my bad, and ordered the spilling of much blood in the sun's name, threatening to bring a twilight time upon us. Avad, the liberator, and it stops. what? They gotta do a VOD dirty like that. Tisk. I think we read this one. Yes. We did. I remember. Okay. The history of Sunfall. After the vanishing of the Radiant arrive, and it goes snow. After the vanishing of the Radiant arrive and his cohort in the west, the Radiant Bastard ordered a mighty fortress built at the Sundom's farthest reach. His luminance chose to build atop ancient ruins, reasoning the ancients must have seized upon the location for its strategic value. Of the ancients, their works of too smooth gray stone and strangely carved metal were collapsed or built over, and the catacombs sealed off. Only the stone ring, perhaps used for some unknowable ritual, was left in place to serve the garrison as a training ground. Even though its builders and soldiers lived in fear of the land where the sun goes at night, the finished walls of the fortress were mighty and unshakable. His luminance and his high priest, the irrefutable Pashaman, named it Sunfall under the blazing eye of the sun, and by the light it was good. I'm like reading fucking scriptures. Like, I'm reading the Bible right now. This is the New World Bible. Just kidding. None doubted the radiant Baradid's prudence, nor denied his lingering hope that his brother might one day be sighted again. But no great threat would come from the west in his lifetime, nor did it come from the next 3 generations. Though records show the men of Sunfall fought many bandits and scroungers skulking in the Rustwash, and a dangerous stampede of behemoths in the Long Burn. In time, Sunfall slipped from common memory until the 6th year of the 11th Sun King's reign, when the radiant Marzid himself came to inspect it, and the desert heat, his luminance, received a vision of an ornate citadel with a dome of metal so polished it would greet the dawn and catch the rays of the sun's last shining at dusk. At once he ordered the dedication of the Sundom's resources to building the structure. After its construction, his luminance took the citadel as his summer palace, bringing with him many members of the Sun Court, nobles and artisans. In time, Sunfall became a city unto itself and the source of great works such as Passion of the Tallneck among the dunes, Turning Seasons at Bronze Splash, and Lamnin for Cinnabar Sands. The stone training ring was repurposed for shows of pageantry? What the hell is pageantry? What the fuck are these words? Use better words! Oh, okay. Pageantry, right? Oh. I'm really dumb. I think it's pageantry because it's supposed to be like grand showings. By the way, the definition is elaborate display or ceremony. So I think it's supposed to be pageantry, like a beauty pageant, and I just can't English. Oh, it was a word used in the 1800s, and it's been dying ever since. Who would have thought? Anyways, where was I? Okay. Where young blazons, or the Hunter's Lodge hawks, could display the sun's dominance over the machines. Ah, yes! The sun dominates! Also, I want to say Cinnabar Sands is in the next game, too. Yeah. Okay, it is. Alright, I know where that is now. But yes, Cinnabar Sands coming soon. Sunfall's prominence in the culture of the Sundom continued for many years, until the Sun King Marzud's untimely demise in the citadel he so treasured. For his procession back to the Alight, a line of torches was laid all the way across the Daybrink, so that over the days and nights of his bearing he might always go in light. The departed king's brother, the radiant Havas, was occupied wholly with renewing the soldiery of the Sundom. Wow. I would not expect that to be spelled that way. Soldiery. Okay. Anyways. And the old Sun King's passing, so too passed this chapter in Sunfall's history. I literally am reading a Bible. Like, that's what this feels like. It's like, ah yes, and on the third day, Jesus rose up. Sorry, I'll shut up and keep reading. I'll shut up and keep reading. Wow. I should say I'll stop my side commentary and keep reading the real stuff. Not, I'll shut up and keep reading. Ghost, can you put that in my quotes? I swear I'm fine, guys. Shut up and keep reading. Okay, anyways. In the early years of the 13th Sun King's Jiran's reign, before the falling of his shadow, a particularly harsh season came upon the Sand Whisper Valley. Upon hearing that the storms could strip the very detailing off armor, he decreed that the strongest among his guards should be trained in the desert here and named Kestrels. Indeed, Helis, who had become the most infamous of the Kestrels, was one of the first to survive his reforging by sun and sand here. In the 15th year of Sun King Jiran's reign, when the sacrifices in the Sun Ring were judged insufficient to calm the derangement of the machines, he presided over the blooding of the ring at sunfall. A trapped behemoth was driven with spears and spurred over slaves of the Asura Minutaru. When the beast turned upon the Kestrels, the Sun King stood and declared that the sun, in its great generosity, would accept the sacrifice of faithless and faithful alike. So began a fearful era for Sunfall, of sacrifices unending in its sun ring, and the citadel whispered of as a place where no light shone. Many understanding citizens of the Sundom were taken inside its doors to disappear as surely as they had journeyed to the Forbidden West. Oh, as surely as if they had journeyed to the Forbidden West. Hello, Papaya. Welcome. Where was I? Oh. In the last days of Sun King Jiran's reign, Sunfall was in the charge of his Kestrels and High Priest, no longer answering to the Sundom as a whole. It was no surprise then that following the liberation of Meridian, Jiran's loyalists sought refuge at Sunfall. As a fortress, it was impregnable? What? Do they mean impenetrable? As a fortress, it was impregnable, but cut off. Hold on. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I have to look this damn word up. Please. Oh. Okay, I guess it's... Okay, it's a synonym for impenetrable. Alrighty then. Impregnable. But cut off from the bounteous land across the Daybrink, it was a city impoverished. So stood in stalemate. So stood the stalemate in the first year of the 14th king, the radiant Avad, and so stood Sunfall. Once built to protect the Sundom from the shadow of the west, it now sheltered a worse shadow, the false Karja who dwelt within. How is everyone today, by the way, before I continue? Preamble. Oh no! Oh no! What have I done? Oh dear lord. Oh, I'm just here. I'm glad, Ghost. I'm very, very glad. Okay. I have nothing to say about that, then. Ghost, we need the lore. The lore! Okay, Bylaws of the Hunter's Lodge. Section 1, Preamble. 1-1. The hunt is the noblest pursuit in the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and his Sun Priest. The hunt is strength, the hunt is honor, the hunt protects, the hunt preserves. What is the hunt but competition? What is competition without rank, honor, and victory? The lodge lands the law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. Thus the lodge is not just its members and not just its house in Meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, and an ideal to be lived. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males of pure blood may honor the lodge and tread in its house. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Good for Avad. Section 2, Membership. No hunter shall gain admittance to the lodge without 3 half-suns won with honor at any hunting ground. See Section 5 below. Oh, I'll get there, don't you worry. There are 2 classes of member, Hawk being senior, Thrush being junior. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through the sponsorship of a Hawk. Each Hawk may sponsor only 1 Thrush. There can be only 7 Hawks. A Thrush can only become a Hawk through the death of his sponsor. The hawk who hunts the greatest prey shall become Sun Hawk and lead the lodge. In the event the quality of prey is in dispute, the hawk who hunted first shall remain first as Sun Hawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush Hawk or Sun Hawk. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 7 of Section 2 is hereby rescinded. Good for Avad. Proof of the hunt. The greatest hunters often bear no witness. Therefore, a trophy must be kept. A trophy may be submitted to the Sun Hawk as proof of a victorious hunt. A trophy must be intact, undamaged, and from a recent hunt. The Sun Hawk shall have final authority in any dispute over a trophy's worth. Only Karja males of pure blood may submit a trophy to the Sun Hawk. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 3 is hereby rescinded. That's funny. I think that's really funny. Section 4, to protect and preserve. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed by the sun. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any reasonable hunt asked of them, if it serves to protect the citizens of the Sundom. The Sunhawk has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may undertake a hunt in the name of the Lodge, be it for the protection of the Sundom or any other reason. By order of His Radiance, Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 4 is hereby rescinded. Section 5, Hunting Grounds. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunters, the Lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. Each hunting grounds shall test a different range of skills through 3 trials crafted by its keeper, in consultation with the Sunhawk. There shall be 3 rewards for each trial, in ascending order of performance: half sun, full sun, blazing sun. Stop being sexist, Bot. Well, stop being sexist and tribist, basically. There shall... Hunters who prove themselves by winning the requisite number of suns may be entitled to special gear at the lodge, at the discretion of the Sunhawk. The lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities at hunting grounds. The lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. Any profits received from hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 hawks, administered by the Sunhawk. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sunhawk and serve for a term of 7 years. Only Karja males of pure blood may be appointed keeper. By order of His Radiant Savad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 9 of Section 5 is hereby rescinded. Stop being tribist and sexist! That's all that came down to. Bylaws of the lodge is just don't be sexist or tribist. Bad. The Claim. A Guide to the Claim by the well-traveled Aram. Often I fling open the windows of my villa not only to partake of the scents and sights of the city, but to hear the questions on the streets. Equally often I hear asked aloud what to make of these outsiders, these Oseram, who are suddenly our allies, or even neighbors. Why do they eat as they do, argue as they do? What is the matter of their heady scent? Okay. Or heedy? Hold on. Google, help me. It's heady. Okay. Oh, it's liquor. Ah. I see. Anyways, why are they always drinking? Like a ray of the sun in the darkness, a question is best followed to its source. So, for the benefit of the inquisitive, I contrived to join a trading caravan to the Claim, at least as far as the closest village beyond the break walls. The Claim. It is a muted land, where fire smoke hangs heavy in the air among the tall, thin trees, where the ground has not been dug up in the Oseram's ceaseless search for metal. It is cased in frost, and beneath the frost, yet more frost. Before stony soil. And worse, soot. Everywhere. Soot, all pervading. Though I had worn my sturdiest travel silks, keeping them unsoiled proved impossible. Noticing my discomfort, some Oseram washerwomen offered their services, but seeing the shade of the water in their tubs, I declined. What the hell's wrong with you, my dude? Indeed, regard for cleanliness is not an Oseram virtue. Despite its protective walls of piled up slate and slouched round stone huts, the village struck me as overly exposed to the elements. The chief elements in the Claim being a cold, oily rain and hoarfrost? Okay. Even so, the open fires hissed and spat and burned on, and the mood was bustling and lively, much as you might find in the outbuilding for livestock, for example. What I will endure to bring the light of knowledge to the folk of my tribe. Much as you might find in an outbuilding for livestock. This asshole just called the Oseram fucking livestock. And then he had to put in quotations, what I do to give my people knowledge. Damn, alright. The Oseram have no priests or kings and spit at the mention of such titles, but they defer to the counsel of their wise men, the village Eldor men. It seems each settlement elects such men for the purpose of unceasing argument. From dawn until long into the night, they shout over each other on matters of policy and taxation. Come the next morning, a line of villagers will already have formed for the privileges of arguing back. So, politics of today. Good job. We somehow reverted back to now. Wow. It all comes full circle. I joined such a line for several hours while children squealed, birds squawked, and hammering, a cursed endless hammering, echoed over the trampled straw and rain-filled cart ruts. Finally, I was permitted to face the 3 eldermen and deliver my question. I asked for their opinion on the peace between our tribes, and Sun King Avad's offer to welcome in Meridian itself. Readers... oh no. Readers, I say asked, but the matter was not so simple, as the Oseram erupted into insults and arguments, even before the words had finished leaving my lips. I found myself talked over, shouted down, subjected to seemingly unconnected abuse, and it was only when I raised my voice in return, an invigorating experience, that I was grudgingly answered. Shouldn't that be begrudgingly, or just... hold on. Google... Does grudgingly work? Oh, I guess it does work. Oh, and it's newer. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Their opinions are muddled and mixed, to say the least, and I will not profane this parchment by transcribing the words used to express them. Suffice it to say that they see the benefit of free trade between our tribes and indeed have flourished from it, after long years of war. However, it seems few Oseram that trade outside the claim return their taxes or even return at all. The Eldermen believe they are stolen away by a manner of living that is downright Karja, a phrase they punctuate by spitting upon the floor. In return, I suggested that their mistrust and fear of civilized way of life was positively Oseram. I could not bring myself to spit indoors. This caused great commotion, after which I was bodily carried from the building upon the shoulders of my hosts and deposited in the midst of a coming-of-age celebration, not for a man, but for some new manner of device. I awoke on a cart arriving at Pitchcliff. My throat was hoarse, my arms numbed from accepting countless challenges to wrestle, and the taste of an alcohol much like machine oil was still on my tongue. My head ached as if split down the center. Truly, I had risked my life in search for an answer. Is there more to the Oseram character than brawling, drinking, and shouting? Simply put, dear reader, there is not. But let us hope that the Elderman's fears will be proven true, and in time the sun's light and Meridian's glory contemper these rough-hewn folks. Wow. Huh. No wonder everyone's like, the Karja are up their own ass. It's very true. Oh my gosh. The founding of Meridian. We are Karja. In us is the blood of those led by Araman from persecution and pursuit so long ago. Out of the far savage east we came, guardians of a treasure greater than land or metal, the leaves of the old ones. What? The leaves of the old ones. Okay. Araman found the leaves in a ruin, picked out by a beam of sunlight, and he recognized at once their importance. Within was etched the first teachings of how to observe the sun, to recognize its guidance, and to understand the place of man. From out of the leaves came the first glyphs, the first writing, so our knowledge could last longer than voices. But when our forefathers offered to share this gift, they were driven out by those they had once called tribesfolk, though these ones feared to have the light of knowledge brought to bear on their ignorance, or were jealous of its power, and so became the long wandering of our people, trusting only that the sun would guide them and deliver them from the barbarian tribes. The path was hard and marked by the stones of families who fell along the wayside, even Ahriman's own. Their persecution was unceasing, and those without purpose... unceasing. From those without purpose, only the desire to debase and destroy. But the faith of the Carja was rewarded with a distant vision, a tower like a solid ray of the sun, holding on the horizon, flashing. Even as their enemies descended upon them, Ahriman followed the light of the Glintox, leading the people through looming canyons and teeming jungles. Again they saw the tower, so close now it seemed to reach to the very sun itself, and they saw that the Glintox perched upon it. Beheld in the light of the sun the tower, the spire, cast its long shadow upon a mesa across the verdant valley. Ahriman knew he had found a haven for the tribe, as this was a place shunned by those without his faith, who cowered from the magnificence of the spire or the shining feathers of the Glintock. He named this place Meridian, from a passage in the leaves, and the tribe settled in the protection of... They found the site was blessed in every respect, carving their cliff houses from the bounteous resources, and in time from the red rock of the mesa itself, crowning it the first columns of the City of the Sun. Truly the sun gave much to the descendants of our forefathers, granting Meridian great harvests and prosperity, and the bounds of the sundom for as far as its light touched. In time, seeing Meridian shielded us from the dark arrows and plots of our foes. Other foreigners brought trade and tribute. Holy Meridian, without spire and sun there would be no Meridian. But now and forevermore it stands as monument to both, and the glory of Ahriman and the founders is reflected anew in each Sun King of the Radiant line, and the noble houses of the Sun Court. That's interesting. Hold on, I want to talk about that one for a minute. So, actually, no, we'll get some visuals here. It's fine. So, where is it? I think go this way. Where is it? Oh, there it. Oh my gosh. So,
the sun has risen on a new day.
How did I miss it? Oh, oops. Crap. Fuck. Hold on. I'm struggling. My eyes are like, hey, we were just reading. What's going on? Surprise down. So it's interesting that apparently this bitch right here is like a Glintock was on top of it, so it was probably like there. And then like they were like, ah yes, the mesa below. This is where we will put our place. This is where we will build our city. It's nice. It's a nice view. It's very pretty. Trust the bird.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
Excuse me? Okay. Huh. Yeah, and then there's like the jungly area. And then like snow is up there. Oops. Snow. Because over there, like way over there, that's where Pharaoh is. And then like somewhere that way, I think, is the Sunfall. We just read all about it. My brain is mush already.
Just because he failed to kill the Sun King doesn't mean he's any less guilty. He should pay.
Oh wait. Oops, I did the wrong way. Apologies. I'm sorry. This way is actually different. Oh yeah, I'm really dumb. Don't mind me. I had my direction wrong. So, more like that way is where Pharaoh and all that other shit is. This way is where, like, you go back to Noraland, because it's east. What's going on with Aloy's hair? What? Why is it clipping? You guys see this shit? Sorry, I shouldn't be this amused. Oh, part of her outfit's missing. That's kind of weird. Anyways. But yeah. So, woo! We're very high up. Interesting. Huh. What's that city? Wait. Oh, is that still Meridian Village? Oh, that's the estate. Oh yeah, that's right by the spire. Why is there like a city on a rock? Huh. Anyways, sorry, I'll get back to reading. Okay, we were on the sun. Wait. No, the meridian thing, I think. So we just did. Okay, I got it now. The liberation. Okay, let me move my leg because it hurts. And I'm dying, but it's fine. The liberation of Meridian. An official account as scribed by the reckoners of the Sun Priests and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favored heir was put to death. The Radiant Cataman's crimes was to demand an end to his father's act of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that in motion. Set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the Radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with his honored guard, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come the dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Jiran made that proclamation they had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and crossed into Oseram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice. But she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand. Thus did she earn the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now, desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a war band and move to overthrow Jiran. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Karja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guard already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot, but Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun, thundering cannons strung as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their slavos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the Holy City as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible oh no. Google, help me. Missium? I'm gonna look it up. Miasma? Hold on. I need to hear it.
Miasma.
Okay, apparently it's miasma. Alright. Thank you, Google. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sun Ring's slave pits were opened and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Jiran's supporters seized their chance to flee with this blood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Jiran ordered his trusted kestrels take Idaman, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Helis, terror of the sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Helis and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Idaman, his mother, the Dwagner Queen Nasadi, and the High Sun Priest Bahavas escaped, and Avad confronted Jiran in his solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish he struck him down, as the murder of the true Sun King is an unthinkable act, and surely would plunge the world into shadow. Jiran's death proved that the sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, Sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected in this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. Wow. How many more do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink. Entertain me. Chat something funny. Try not to... This is gonna be the best try not to fall asleep challenge, because... Not that I'm bored, I'm really interested in all this, but damn, reading it aloud is something else. Oops. Okay. Thanks, Ghost. That was great. Nope, I'm good. You know, I'm doing all right. Thank you. The reign of the Mad Sun King. Be warned, reader, that as a true account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's acts, these glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted. So pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands in the reaping of sacrifice, the Red Raids. For the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to flee fighting men on the next raid. The Utaru, who sat to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest, the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. That's fucking sad. Poor the Utaru. A pretty disturbing fact about otters. Oh no. I mean, if you so wish. I know chat's kind of dead, and I'm very sorry. Sure, Papaya. Why not? I'm sorry if this is very boring, and if you guys need to leave, it's fine. I just need these. I need these in my backlog. I need, you know, just in case I need footage of just text. But I also think that diving deep into the lore is how we're getting through this. And we've read so many ads last time. Against the Oseram, the Terror of the Sun piled the corpses of their fallen up to the walls and of their villages, so the Kestrels might clamber upon the dead to enter. That's fucking disturbing. Against the Oseram, the Terror of the Sun piled the corpses of their fallen up to the... That's disturbing. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensued that the trees were drooped with corpses hung as grim warnings. What the actual fuck? Jeez. Should you wish to read of the Mad Sun King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within are accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail you might think it reported by their own chattering skulls, once piled outside the city gates. Oh. Okay, Vlad the Impaler wannabe. That is very disturbing, Papaya. Okay. Well then. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds as they loosed behemoths carned through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting did the Mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Cottoman of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crimes of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals, or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priests. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leaving out no shocking detail, but my debt is to history and to you, brave reader. Well, I want to know! I was cursed with it, now you are too. Yeah, curses being shared, yay. The Sun Faith. 7 articles of the Sun Faith. Oh my lord, it is... Like, I know it's a religion, but my lord, I'm reading the Bible. Or the Torah. Or insert other religious text here. I don't know any other one. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, some have scaled such heights as the Karja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. Oh, someone followed me on the beautiful thingy. The Jedi Archives. I think you mean the sacred Jedi text. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman, the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed, and from his lips its desires are acted upon by men. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. 3. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it so it might burn our sins away. We partake of its renewal. We wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the cracking and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. Oh, that's an interesting way to look at that. 4. In the sun's light we shall speak only in truth. We shall strike only in righteousness, and we shall act as we believe the sun subtasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune, we shall endure. In the coldness of the moon we accept there will be stillness and death and endings, until dawn comes once more. We do this because there are only two halves of nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole of things. Okay. 5. As the twilight time came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight time come again. For this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Karja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated? Hold on. Help me, Google. I learned so many new words. I think it's venerated. Venerated. It just means regard with great respect. Oh, revere. Okay, so it's revered. Oh! I'm just gonna say revered as the mark of its founding. A sun king born of the radiant line shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded. For either of these to be denied is to invite a twilight time upon us. Clearly the Karja are the children of the sun, and preeminent in its gaze, but so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes of the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. For so determined, it is the duty of the Karja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach. Oh no. Legendary hunts. Oh goodness. This will be a fun one. Oh, I gotta sit up again. Sorry, by the way, that I'm moving a lot. For context, I fucked up my leg. I think I said this Saturday too, but like, I fucked up my leg, because I can't shave my legs for some reason. I can't without injuring myself. So I injured my leg, and it still hurts. and I have an open wound. It's finally scabbing, so that's a good sign. But it still hurts. Anyways, so if I'm just moving around a lot, just know it's because I can't find a comfortable position. Legendary Hunts of the Lodge. In the summer of the 4th year of the reign of the Sun King Marzid, did Farrakis, I'm gonna name you Farrakis. Sunhawk of the Lodge, behold a herd of grazers, so vast that it filled the entire veil below. It filled the entire veil below the far back. His bow was a harp that day, strumming the melody of the hunt from noon to twilight. After one could not walk a single step across the glen without tripping over an antler of the fallen, it took all 7 hawks and all 7 thrushes to gather the trophies, and with the bounty from their barter, the last wing of the lodge was raised. In the winter of the 7th year of the reign of the Sun King Hevus, did Darsvi, Hawk of the Lodge, stalk a herd of tramplers from the Sand Whisper Valley to the foothills of the Pale Reach. Bombs from his sling fell as hailstones, freezing his prey in the waters of the ford, while the others stood as statues in ice. Hevus set upon the largest, driving a spear between its plates and taking his trophy before the rest could even stir. In the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Duran, as the machines of the wild grew more deranged, did Kavam, Hawk of the Lodge, answer the call from the prefect at Day Tower to slay the mysterious creature who ripped his best cohort limb from limb. 4 days and 4 nights he tracked his quarry through the savage east before the brute was revealed, strong as a snapjaw, fast as a strider. From twilight to midnight the battle raged, but Kavam prevailed at great cost. His left arm chewed ragged at the joint. Ooh. Thus he named the beast Sawtooth, as he took his trophy from its shattered remains. Oh! Oh! That's, comforting. Well, I'm glad that didn't happen to me. The kitty was very angry. It was bad. In the autumn of the 8th year of the reign of the Sun King Duran, as the machines of the wilds grew even more deranged, did Galdit, Hawk of the Lodge, follow the shimmering death haunting the southern freeholds into the jungles of the Jewel. Under the tangled canopy, the hunter became the hunted, glimpsing in the shadows more of the eerie lights, till he was surrounded by machines he named stalkers. Long was his flight through the undergrowth to the safety of the alight, but along the way he turned his bow to his pursuers and became the first to snare a trophy from that which walks in glinting shadow. Oh, that would be terrifying. It's just like this new machine just comes out and it's invisible, and then all of a sudden you hear boom, and you're just like, oh shit. In the summer of the 13th year of the reign of the Sun King Duran, as the machines of the wilds grew even more deranged, did Assis, Hawk of the Lodge, dare to tread the path of broken trees, following the wake of the terrible thing that laid waste to the freehold of Morning Light. And so he was first to face the might of the Thunderjaw, greatest of machines that walk the earth. With spear, bomb, and arrow, brave Assis fought to no avail, and only triumphed by turning the Tarot's own cannons against it. The carcass of the beast now hangs in the lodge for all to see, so enshrined because its fall turned Hawk to Sunhawk. Oh, so that's why, okay, that's why the Thunderjaw is there, because Assis is an attention whore. Assis is dead now. Anyways. Record of Red Maw. The Record of Red Maw by inquiring Jandaman, historian in residence at the Hunter's Lodge. I'm sorry. Is that Jandinaman? Jandinaman. What a name. It is well known that facts recede into fictions as they become memories, and fresh facts themselves are ephemeric. Wait. I have no idea what this word is. Ephemerical? Ephemerical? Oh. Ephemeral. Ephemerical. I'm gonna go with... Survey says ephemeral. I'm gonna go with that, cause... Okay, yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess I could hear it. Hold on. Ephemeral. Okay. I was close. Anyways. Among the rumors and legends of the South, this is especially true in the case of Red Maw, the most terrible of Thunderjaws. A machine which is nothing if not legendary. Few have laid eyes upon it have survived. Oh, few who have laid eyes upon it have survived. My bad. And among them, even fewer can be trusted not to embellish their tales. All that said, here I have endeavored to truthfully chronicle all the calamities attributed to the beast, and all the expeditions meant to end such calamities once and for all. None have succeeded. As of this writing, the terror of the South still roams free, scarred perhaps, but deadly as the day the sun first shone upon its armored hide. In the early spring of the 18th year of the reign of Sun King Jiran, a freehold was designed near the hands of the flood. A freehold was designed... Oh my gosh. A freehold was destroyed near the hands of the flood. 9 bodies were recovered, 8 riddled with cannon rounds, 1 flattened completely. I just... So you guys know in Lego games, or maybe this was this just Lego Star Wars? It might have been. But in Lego games, like when a Lego character gets flattened, and they're just like squirming. That's all I can imagine for this poor man. Oh. Well. Shoot. Rip. When I get around to playing the complete saga, it'll be great, don't worry. No witnesses survived, though never proven. This is widely thought to be Red Maw's first attack. In the late spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 4 hunters set out from Sunstone Rock to track the machine or machines responsible for the destruction of the freehold. None returned. Their bodies were subsequently found in the south, 3 blasted, 1 stomped. Never proven, but thought to be Red Maw's work. A Lego man in a hydraulic press. I mean, hopefully you guys will see one day. At least from me. You could probably go look up someone else too. But I remember, specifically in the original Lego Star Wars, you would get in an ATST, or an ATIST. And, so ATSTs are the walkers. For those of you that don't know Star Wars, they look like heads with legs. It's kind of funny. Anyways, but you walk with it, and then, like, if you're not careful, you can flatten your teammates, and it's really funny to look at, because, like, if you flatten stormtroopers, you just see their helmets, and they're just, like, sprawled out. It's really funny. And that's all I could picture. Anyways, in the early summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 6 mercenaries set out from Meridian to track the machine or machines responsible for the losses described above. Run returned, ribs crushed, clavicle, that's what that is, clavicle fractured. He spoke of a thunderjaw which split a man in half with a single bite. This is the first confirmed sighting of the legendary machine, and the one which gave it a name. In the late summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 8 set out from Meridian to track Redma. None returned. 6 bodies were found near Blackwing Snag. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 swallowed his own tongue, evidently in a spasm of terror, suffocating. That's fucking terrifying! How do you swallow your own tongue? Ugh. No, I don't want to think about that. Ugh. Anyways, in the autumn of Sun King Bitch commanded the Hunters Lodge to send an expedition south in pursuit of Redma. After numerous logistical delays, 3 hawks and their thrushes set out in winter. Only 1 pair returned, reporting the deaths of the others. 2 blasted, 1 stumped, 1 decapitated! The survivors were sacrificed for cowardice, 1 gutted by a sawtooth, the other skewered by kestrels. What the fuck? What do you mean, cowardice? After this setback, members of the lodge grew wary of pursuing the legendary Thunderjaw. Only the proudest hawks even considered it. Aspirants of the lodge, or aspirant, oh my gosh, hold on. How do I pronounce this? I know it's aspiration. Aspirant. Okay, that's weird. Okay, anyways, aspirants of the lodge grew wary. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Aspirants of the lodge, however, foolish in their ambition, eagerly took part in subsequent hunts. In the summer of the 19th year of the reign of Bitchface, the destruction of a caravan south of the Spurflints, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 1 immolated? Wait, whoa. What the hell is this? Immolate, or immolated. Kill or offer as a sacrifice, especially by burning. What the fuck? Jeez! Reignited interest in Redmoth. 3 expeditions totaling 15 mercenaries went after the machine with only 3 survivors. 9 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 eviscerated, 1 liquefied? Whoa! How? Whoa! Oh my lord! In the early spring of the 20th year of the reign of Bitchface, a cohort of 12 soldiers headed from the Rain Gathers to the Alight were set upon by the beast. Only 1 survived, 1 blasted, 1 stomped, 10 crushed when their fleeing footprints triggered an avalanche. Oh! Not footprints, footsteps, sorry. In the late spring of the 20th year of Bitchface himself, 3 cohorts totaling 34 men went in search of Redma. Alas, they were ambushed by stalkers and only 4 survived. 24 sniped and 6 exploded. Understandably, this ended the pursuit of Redma for some time. No fucking shit! Holy fuck! That's sick, but, sick nasty, bro. In the summer of the first year of the reign of Sun King Avad, a group of 6 Oseram traders were attacked by the beast. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 spit into a ravine. Ooh. The lone survivor petitioned Captain Ursa to send the vanguard after the monster, but the request was denied. However, 3 additional expeditions, comprised of mercenaries and hunters aspiring to the lodge, were subsequently commissioned. Autumn, 7 men, 2 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 tripped on his own spear. 1 survivor. Winter, 9 men. 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 2 died from frostbite. Yikes, 2 survivors. And then spring, 11 men. 5 blasted, 1 stomped, 3 retreated off a cliff, and 2 survivors. Oh my gosh, 3 fucking... They just, like, jumped to their deaths. Oh, well, gotta go. Rip. I know that one too well. I retreat off cliffs all the time. The last known sighting of Red Maw occurred in the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of Sun King Avad. Tarkus, Hawk of the Lodge, got word of a sighting near Thunderhead and set off to take the beast on his own. His thrush, Talana, arrived at the scene too late. Just as Tarkus was dying of his wounds, multiple perforations? Is it perf or pref? I think it's perf. Yeah, okay, it is perforation. You don't retreat, you yeet yourself any chance you got. Shush. Multiple perforations. Talana testified that as Red Maw lumbered off through the trees, she could see the spear of her mentor embedded in its hide. That's sad. Poor Talana. At least she got to take him down, though. Well, she helped me. I did most of the work. Olin's journal. Oh no! Okay. This one is actually really sad. And I don't remember if I read it or not. I'll read it again. But it is quite sad. 4th day. I am a traitor now and see no way out. If I start at the beginning, how they turned me, perhaps I can see something I missed? No, there is no escape. What good can writing it do? 10th day. You gave me this folio when you taught me to write. All these years later, it smells of you. Lavender and ash of the forge. All I have left of you. Write me notes, you said when you gave it. Share your thoughts. Tear the leaves. Send the pages. To show I'm thinking of you. But I never did. Hands too grubby to touch parchment. How I wish I'd done as you said. How I wish I could now. 15th day, the same dream. Your hair in the forge light, our son's weight on my shoulders, all of us free. You turn to me and whisper, is it a dream? I answer, yes. Oh, it is a dream. I answer, yes, I know. And then wake, alone. Even awake, my life is a dream, a lie. My treachery will not buy your freedom. It only buys time. But every moment you live, that he lives, if treachery is the cost, I will pay it. 34th day. Every week the device calls me in secret to a new dig site. We work like men with whips to our backs, as though it was left to us to upturn the soil of the entire earth, and time has run low, scrabbling to find the carcasses of ancient demons. It's the weapons they want, must be. What misery am I helping birth into this land? 38th day. I drink with Erend and Ursa, but not even the sweetest brew can wash the taste of guilt from my mouth. Every day my silence betrays them. The villains watch through the device. I keep expecting Ursa to stick a blade through my throat, but fire and spit she does not suspect me. A better liar than I thought myself. Must be. 54th day. Fitful sleep the past 3 nights, thinking on that Nora girl. Why did I order her killed? The device must be. Even so, what threat could she pose? We heard explosions and distant screams from the village. I thought the savages might blame us, turn on us. I almost wished for it, but their matriarchs ordered us gone. We fled to the border with an escort of braves crossed at Daytower. Now I am called to a dig site in the rock reef. They promised another glimpse of you, of our son. How I hope to see you both. I feel so bad for Olin. He didn't deserve this. Poor bastard. He was just trying to save his family, and the fucking Eclipse are over here like, are you sure about that? Okay. A Guide to Banor and the Banuk by the well-traveled Aram. Oh, how I have missed you, Aram. Ah, the sun shines golden on these times, where one can experience the whole world without leaving the streets of Meridian. For the gates are thrown open and the world comes to us. And yet, as I walked among the markets, I heard a question on the air again. What to make of the Banuk? These stoic, silent northern hunters, these men and women of the ice. Unfortunately for my investigations, Banuk outlanders seldom remain in Meridian long enough for exhaustive study. It is believed their cold blood does not take well to the heat. If I was to seek this knowledge, I would have to undergo the ordeal of taking up travel pack and quill and journeying to their homeland. And so it came to be that I spent a miserable time living among the Banuk in frigid Benor. Not a question. Now the eclipse are happily dead, indeed. Though the Banuk speak of their territory in reverent tones, put plainly, it is the most uncomfortable place in the world. There is beauty, soaring glaciers of jeweled hues, billows of steam that erupt from the earth, whirling auroras in the skies above. Yes, but the novelty quickly passes, and the bone freezes a country of the moon. For in the day the sun is reduced to a needle's eye through the gray, and in the night the moon rises 4 times the width. There is no welcome, not in the land, nor from its people. Though I lived among one of the Wereks, something like a group of families, but without the civility of a noble house. Oh, fucking hell. How do you say privileged? Tell me you're privileged without saying the word privileged. Each member must prove that they possess the will to survive alone. They seek to always be challenged, whether at the jaws of a machine or simply in their daily existence. I tried to explain my position, that a Karja faces a challenge, devises a solution, and then with the challenge overcome can live in contentment. Privilege check. This concept horrified them. It was made clear that when I expected to sleep, I must dig out my own hollow in the snow for my tent. When I expected to eat, I must hunt food myself. I hid my disappointment. After all, I had participated in a hunting trial or 2 in my time. Gosh, privileged? Check. Quote unquote, humble brag? Check. What else are you gonna check off, my main man? And accepted. On the 3rd morning, I was able to bring down a rabbit, much like those seen in the plains, but with a downy snow coat. Upon presenting my price to the Werek, I received only blank stares, until one indicated I must skin and prepare it. Reader, I will spare you the details. The experience nearly changed me to eat only maize bread forevermore. Vegetarian, check! No. Ah, the Banuk, making vegetarians. I had barely finished my gory portion before the Banuk set off on a machine hunt with their shaman, a man with machine bindings sewn into his very skin. Perhaps another challenge to Denisi? What? Denisi? Perhaps another challenge to Denisi. Hold on. Desani? Dasani. How do I spell it? Google isn't helping me. Oh, Dempsey? What? Okay, hold on. I have to hear it. I have to hear it out loud because I don't know. Oh, that's how you spell decency? Perhaps another challenge to decency. Oh! I have never seen decency spelled. I've always heard it like spoken. Look. English is a fickle bitch, okay? Decency. That is how you spell the. Okay, thank you, Ghost. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Okay. You're a fickle... I'm sorry! Perhaps another challenge to... See, the sentence isn't, like... Not to nitpick the sentence structure, but it isn't really making sense to me. Oh! I know what he said. Okay, I get it. He's saying that it's another challenge to decency because he's making fun of them, like the privileged asshole that he is. I understand. Look, I'm sorry, I've never seen some of these words spelled out. I've always heard them, like, spoken. That's why English is so interesting. It's like you can speak a word, and then when you see it spelled out, you're like, oh, that's that word? Really? I need a dictionary. I never seen it spelled either, so. I mean, it makes more sense, it's just weird. Anyways, sorry. He claimed to sense the machine spirit close by, and sure enough, the hunters and I followed tracks in the snow to a grazer herd. The Banuk made short work of them with their spears, and struck with a curious desire to prove myself. I threw myself into stripping a fallen machine for parts. Instead of praise for my... Oh no. That's not innovated, is it? Initiative! Sorry. Instead of praise for my initiative, I was subjected to the shaman's cursing and wailing, and hauled back to camp by a sullen hunter. Eventually, she explained that the machine spirits must be thanked for the gift of a successful hunt before any parts are harvested. Truly, I was despairing of the shifting wiles of the new culture, and longed for the certainty of the sun's guidance. Oh, so he just didn't understand tradition because he's privileged and an asshole. I see. Is this what people think of, like, is this what people think of, like, the British Museum, like, when they've stolen artifacts? Or, like, Americans in another, like, if they're in another culture that they're not familiar with? Because if so, same. Anyways, that night, mercifully my last, my companions and another were gathered under a pitiless, clear sky to exchange songs, their way of recording history. Some understand the glyphs, but choose not to use them, asking, why is a song without voices? What is a song without voices? By this point, I knew better than to answer. Oh my gosh. My deeds warranted a whole verse in the song of my companions, but from what I could make out, much was lost in the translation. Still, there was laughter enough, and many promised to leave me a Banuk farewell mark on our time together. I parted ways with the Werak not far from the high bloom, and set about climbing back down to Dawn's Sentinel, and with it sun-blessed civilization. As for the farewell marks, I saw no such thing when I packed my wetly frozen belongings. Another Banuk mystery, perhaps, and my advice to you, dear reader, is to let these people keep their mysteries to themselves. Yeah, because you're an asshole. The Nora. Rumors of the Nora by the Welsh... Oh, yes, another of Araman. My favorite. Or Aram. Oh, is it Aram? Anyways. Readers, many times I have been asked to describe the most fearsome of barbarian tribes, the Nora of the Savage East. So ferocious are the rumors of these people. You might think it was they who raided us during the dark times of the Mad Sun King, and not the opposite. Well, dear readers, though I possess bravery, there is a shadow length between bravery and certain death, and it is certain death that awaits any who trespass on the sacred lands of the Nora. However, I have traveled beyond Daytower into the snow-dusted hinterlands of the Savage East and onto the very edge of Nora territory, now the site of the hard-scrabbled trading camp known as Hunter's Gathering. There, sat around an open fire with outlanders and uncouths, I'm going to assume it's unfaithful. I was able to gather tales and eyewitness accounts of what might be seen within the Valley of the Warrior Women. They told me another day's travel south lies the Mother's Crown, a name that suggests something grander than the fort of 3 trunks and log cabins that was described to me. Still, I was assured it squats most imposingly upon a rocky outcrop, far above rushing rapids and white-capped falls. From its ramparts, a series of watchtowers stretch back across the mountains, and at any sight of approach, flaming arrow arc into the air between them. For a tribe so concerned with their precious wilds, I expected less careless behavior. For a tribe so concerned with their precious wilds, I expected less careless behavior. Shut up! That's smart! Anyways, these interlopers, stout or foolhardy enough to... Those interlopers, stout or foolhardy enough to approach after this display, are turned back with another flight of arrows, this time aimed just above their heads. The Outlanders, chuckling, agreed that if a Karja showed their colors, the arrows would fly lower, and that even soldiers behind Day Tower's walls grumble about being ambushed and devoured by Nora warriors. I corrected them that it was the Tenakth, not the Nora, who are known to engage in cannibalism. In fact, the Nora have only been seen to chew the bark from trees, the tough plants from the ground, and drink strange herbal brews. I proposed that they may well be forbidden from eating meat, except at their strange feminine rites beneath the moon. Okay. Yes, in the benighted land of the Nora, the natural ways of things goes inverted. Women rule men, and all the might of Karja metal can be deflected by lodges. Leather and hides. Ruins filled with bounteous artifacts go untouched, and great stretches of farmable land are left uncultivated. Only the machines, which the Nora greatly mistrust after some ancestral conflict or another, seem untroubled by this rampant strangeness. Father's son has no place here, and I would not be surprised to find the Nora's woman god to be the moon itself. Wow! Oh my gosh, the blatant sexism. This is funny. Though it is Nora women who so famously feature in tales of encounters with the tribe, men have also been sighted bearing the outlandish hair and blue-painted markings of Nora warriors. It is my understanding from reading other studies of the tribe that a ritual known as the Proving allows men to battle one another to gain favor for their rulers. My curiosity to witness this and other Nora rituals sadly goes unsated, but it is my hope that his luminance will extend an offer of alliance to these mysterious barbarians. So emboldened by the Sun King's generosity and the knowledge that I would travel with many well-armored blazons, I would gladly gather a first-hand account for the benefit of my readers. Indeed, I plan to employ a female scribe who might allow better parley between the Nora and I on such an occasion. A better path for a young Karja woman than working as a seller for the Oseram middle merchants in town, no? Until such a sun-touched time comes, though, I can only share with you copies from the extensive collection of sketches I have gathered over the years, mere glimpses of their bizarre, savage, and yet still strangely alluring womenfolk. Strangely alluring, you say? Okay. Very interesting. This guy's writing sucks. The derangement of the machines. Esteemed lords and ladies of the Sun Court, honored Canes and patrons. Your concerns regarding the continuing derangement of the machines are noted. Though many seasons have passed since the first sightings of this frightful change, the Sun King is well aware that it is no longer a matter of reports from border patrols and hunters' lodge expeditions. One needs only look to the abandoned estate lands, indeed the estates you owned, left for the jewel to reclaim, or to the empty freeholds of the common Karja folk. Now that the Sun King has taken every measure to protect Holy Meridian and the Maze lands with renewed patrols, as for entering the sun, we believe the cause of the derangement, as for entreating the sun, yeah, I think that's it. We believe the cause of the derangement cannot be the sun's displeasure alone. For the years of sacrifice under Sun King Jiran produced no noticeable effect on the machines. His luminance and the sun priests are in agreement that, even if this is an ordeal set for us by the sun, our suffering will not be reduced with blood. For your edification, I will count what we have observed of the derangement. Of the simpler machines, the herd creatures, the gallopers, the scuttlers, where once they fled at the sight of men, now they are more likely to charge. The larger creatures, once only a menace to the inebriated and foolhardy, can be seen to lunge at the unwary with murderous intent. This is to say nothing of the coming of the Sawtooth, or its metal brethren, the Ravager, the Stalker, or that terrible giant, the Thunderjaw. Each one has proved a more capable killer of men than the last, each wielding a wider array of strange weapons. The wilds are no longer safe due to the hostility of these new machines, though to date they have not attacked a settlement within the Sundom. Outlanders have brought no shortage of fanciful explanations for this behavior. Some suggest that the machines have come to resent men for hunting them. Yet such a thing has never been witnessed among beasts of flesh and blood, and they are proven to be more capable of thinking in memory. Karja hunters and Oseram tinkers alike have attempted to understand the phenomenon by inspecting felled machines. But these appear no different to those harvested many years before derangement began, with the same assortments of wires, braiding, lenses, parts, and so on. When these parts are subjected to the light of the sun or to the Oseram experiments with fire and spark, they react as they always have. The Banuk, however, claim to have recorded a change in the machine songs of the machine spirits, suggesting that these have become increasingly discordant. I'm gonna assume it's discordant, and I'm gonna move on. The Sun King has sent envoys to Benor to learn more, in the hopes that their mysticism might contain a truth when the rational light of the sun is brought to bear upon it. Of course, the Sun King graciously welcomes your own contributions to study of the derangement, asking only that they are delivered in written forms and not during royal audience. His luminance also hopes to dissuade you from participating in machine hunts during these uncertain times. The strength of a united Sun Court is the strength of all Karja. Respectful to Tashadi, court envoy. One or the other. I still just see this guy's writing sucks. The old ones. Okay. I think, how many do we have? Oh yeah, we only have 3 more. Okay. It's true. You're not wrong, it's funny. Myths of the Old Ones. Any Karja devote knows that the truth of the Old Ones is laid out plainly in the Articles of the Sun Faith. A twilight time came upon them, as is the cycle of things, followed by a long night, and finally our ancestors' birth in the new dawn. Since that dawn, Karja history has been writ in the path of the sun. Writ in the path of the sun. Not the faded glories of those who came so long before us. Even the leaves of the old ones found by Aram are long since cracked and fallen to dust. Nevertheless, collected here for study are the colorful the colorful beliefs of the Old Ones held by other tribes, which may offer a small insight into those tribes' primitive views of the world. Oh, really? Their views are primitive. Okay. The Oseram, as might be expected, view the workings of the world as a device, and where all things behave according to mechanical rigidity and not the sun's divine rhythms. The movement of the tribes, of the seasons, even the stars at night, all accounted for by this interlocking and complicated mechanism. The Old Ones were the caretakers of this great machine, and they neglected their duty to maintain it. The world machine thus fell into despair, and the civilization of the Old Ones collapsed with it. Now the Oseram use their myth to berate the other tribes as negligent, and to hammer upon their own importance. How convenient that their tinkers and metalworkers alone might learn these mechanisms' secrets and improve upon it with their ingenuity. An even more fanciful tale of Sir comes from the Nora barbarians. Or of Censor? Hold on. Censure. Oh. Basically of criticism. So like they condemn them or chastise them. Okay. Anyways, they believe that the Old Ones turned away from the teachings of the Nora's female god, the All-Mother, and eloped with the machines to build their mighty cities. Having failed to tempt the Nora to join them, the machines rallied under a great metal devil and attacked the All-Mother. In her vengeance, she stripped the machines of their wisdom, reducing them to simple metal beasts we see today. Without the assistance of the machines, the Old Ones were left to wander as exiles, never permitted to return to the isolation of the Nora and their strange feminine rites. From the survivors of this so-called punishment grew the other tribes, and this is why the Nora show distrust to all outside their borders. For we are descended from the faithless, and we do not shun the trappings of the ancient world. Surprisingly, it is the Banuk whose belief is most similar to our own, though their mythology is bizarre in many other ways. They believe the Old Ones grew complacent, thinking that there was no challenge they could not overcome, and in their pride were undone. Hence the Banuk give them no more attention than any other tribe defeated by the harshness of Banuk land. In fact, many Banuk hunters point to the absence of ruins in Banor as a sign that the Old Ones were never strong enough to endure its challenges. They claim that only the machines and the Banuk have ever roamed there, and so they have nothing to learn from the ancients. The distant Utaru, however, believe that the Old Ones are still with them at all times. In Utaru ritual, those who die are returned to the soil, nourishing the land and living on through new growth. As long as the dead are remembered, they will contribute to the harvest and make them bountiful. Utaru see the richness of their territory, Plainsong, as evidence of this unique and disturbing cycle. What do you mean disturbing? It's beautiful! Fuck you! Fuck your sun god! Sorry. I do too, it's beautiful. I love the Utaru, by the way. They're like, I think they're my favorite tribe from Forbidden West. But we'll get there next year, don't worry. Finally, as there are few living scholars of the Tanakh, we are regrettably denied any insight from that tribe. From what we know, though, it seems they have little concept of a wider history at all, but of course, this is what elevates a scholar of Meridian from a bloodthirsty raider. To be aware of all the sun's light touches, however, strange and unlikely the tales. To be aware of all the sun's light touches, however strange and unlikely the tales. That's a fucky sentence, by the way. Captains and capers. These tales of adventure await within. The life of Mazarad the Sunflash, whose scales of polished armor dazzled his foes, whose ribbons of freebird red arced like his enemy's lifeblood, so drawn to the clamor of battle that he chose an outlander's life, far beyond the Sundom. In the north, he crushed the helmets of clashing Oseram warbands with the very scrape they battled over. In the south, he stood in sunset against the plains raiders, plucking their arrows from his body and firing them back. It was only the lure of the greatest battle of all, for Holy Meridian, that drew him back to his homeland. And in the liberation, he died gloriously. So it took many hours to reveal his still shining armor from beneath the heaps of kestrels piled above him. Of Sadiva, the desert rain, once a daughter of the Sun Court, but who's cast aside noble silks and paints to run with the mercenaries of the Long Burn, she of eyes like smoke and a flashing blade. Her band only struck with the sun's storms, for the sight of blood never sat well with her, and the rain washed away its traces as quickly as it spilled. And so the sightings of the rain clouds were feared from sunfall to bright market, lest she might appear with them for many seasons, until they were finally betrayed by one of their own, a blazon patrol. For her noble birth, Sadeva was permitted an honorable death, and buried up to the neck in the valleys of the Lash, to await the sun's judgment. On the first day she endured in silence, yet on the second, clouds gathered and broke with a great downpour, and in its passing, she was gone. What the fuck? How the clouds made her vanish? The metal conquests of Korgand, the Oseram blacksmith, who would hammer gauntlets into shape while wearing them, and bend barrel iron around his waist. He was seen to wrestle the cargo from the backs of shell walkers, claiming the lightning blast to be good for constitution, and overcame a sawtooth by blunting its jaws and shaking it so soundly that its core fell loose. Oh. He claimed to have gathered a charging trampler on his shoulders and slammed it upon the rocks. And sure enough, there were marks left by its furnace blasted vividly across his well-haired back. As the derangement worsened, bringing ever more terrifying machines, so grew Korgan's desire for greater feats of strength. He was last sighted astride a rampaging Thunderjaw, grasping its neck tight as a hawk to prey, and some say he remains there still. Oh, this is interesting. And continued from the previous volumes the exploit of Akrea One-Eye. By this point in the telling of Akrea had lost his left hand from stealing the song cores of Estuki, and so traveled to the claim, seeking an Oseram forge smith who would affix a Ravenger's claws in its place. Of course, the only man crazed enough to undertake such a melding of metal and flesh would be the leader of the Three Chains Uprising. Oh. Okay, those sound a lot like Tall Tales. Okay. Alright. Now, although the old ones had some interesting information on the Forbidden West, this is the most important information going forward into Horizon Forbidden West. I know, shocking. Expeditions into the Forbidden West. Reader, if you would know of the Forbidden West, there are none more qualified to be your teller than I, the considerate Udain, healer of Blazon Arch. Why? For I yet live, unlike the Outlanders who gasp or shriek the tales that follow. Foolhardily, blazons and madcaps all, they were brought to me near death, poisoned, mortally wounded, or driven witless by what they had experienced in the lands beyond the Daunt. The title did not tell us this. Thank you for your sarcasm, Ghost. It's greatly appreciated. With such wounds, it was all I could do to ease their pain and try to make notes from their rantings. As the sun shines upon me, I cannot vouch for the full truth of these tales. I only know they will satisfy your curiosity and turn you from the path that led these imprudent explorers and daredevil trekkers to their deaths. Though each account differs, it is certain that the western lands are most unlike our own. Some cross deserts of palest white, others deserts of the color of fire, or even limitless sweeps of blue sand that seem to reflect the sky above, broken only by the remains of ancient machines. Others spoke of vast prairies of tall grass, each blade sharp enough to draw blood, dotted with shivering black flowers, or incalculable plains of dried mud cracked like a great mosaic. At night, unknown animals watch with glowing eyes, and strange birds, all the colors of kites and fireworks, chitter and call out in men's voices. Most extraordinary of all, those reports of a lake 100 times the size of Daybreak, so wide the far shores cannot be made out, and so deep that an entire city of the ancients stands drowned within. The water is sour to the taste and sickening, and it is said to rise up and push back against those who attempt to cross. It would seem that dead cities without number have been consumed by the shifting dunes in the west, their skeletal towers mirrored in seas of sand. The wind is heard to sing a low, mournful song through these ruins, or through the skeletons of vast metal birds now fallen, or over great metal bowls now filled with depths of black water, where fish dart like shooting stars. That song of ruin, rising from a hum to a howl, still haunted these men and women as they thrashed and sweated in unquiet sleep. They scared of parrots. They're not parrots. They're not parrots. This is still Americas. Or I should say it's still in North America. Like it's parrots in at least North America. Oh no, that's Fine Ghost. It's I'm trying to remember what they actually are. That might just be colorful descriptions, because nothing's coming to mind of colorful birds. Unless they're talking about, they could be talking about some of the machines, but I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be just regular birds. I don't remember the birds that are in the Forbidden West, though. But though the western lands are harsh and even their beauty hides dangers, it is not the land alone that swallows up all who venture within, that inflicts the brands and wounds suffered by those few fortunate enough to return. Oh yes, all have spoken of new machines in the west, machines more strange and terrible than any found in the Sundom, with their fingernails dying witnesses have scratched out impossible shapes, or, if they still possess several limbs and vocal organs, mimicked jerking movements and imitated awful sounds, all belonging in the throes of madness. And what manner of men can live where the sun goes at night? These tales are the most chilling. One spoke of drinkers of machine blood, their lips and tongues stained, their teeth replaced with metal. Another described youths as pale as ash, all wearing the same faces, who hunt silently and tirelessly in the night. Still another told of a tribe, seen only from afar, whose folk busied themselves digging deep pits in the sand, only to fill them in again for unknown reasons, while another tribe was only glimpsed on the waters of the Great Lake, riding their thin dark boats. Oh son, a half of me regrets scribing these stories, for they inspire questions that can only be answered by yet more doomed expeditions. And yet, I must tell the tales, for what else remains of these poor and wretched men and women? If they sought riches, they found none to bring back, nothing save a handful of black silt, or a curiously tampered piece of metal, a chunk of desert glass with shifting hue, or an odd, smooth shell. I have kept all these things to remind me of those who went in search of the forbidden, and paid for it dearly. Reader, if you think yourself an adventurer, heed the warning in this old man's collection of strange small things, and go not into the Forbidden West. only thing I could name a crew is no, not more drinkers. Fuck that. Poor Ghost. He's scarred for life.
Folks arguing,
Ghost is scarred for life. Oh man. I feel kind of bad laughing, but it's funny. Oh goodness. Well, I think that is all our reading. That actually lasted a lot shorter than I thought it might. Let me just go through and make sure though. You don't feel bad. I do! What the hell, Ghost? I didn't do anything to you. Look, honey, you were front page. Oh yeah, that was them. Will tourists return? Yeah, we read all these. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't know what else to do. I guess I could go kill a machine so I don't just have, shit. I don't know. I don't, Oh, wait, I'm missing a traitor. How did this happen? We're smarter than this. Oh hey, Pokebot is messaging me. Oh hey, I've sold 2 of my Munas. That's great. I'm so glad that I can profit off of my Pokemon. After I kill some machines, I mean, I don't really know what else to do. Because I'm pretty sure that's it.
Homer's heart. It seems so empty now. Everyone who can has gone to the mountain.
The killers will be forgotten by the goddess. None of their deeds will live on.
Ugh, there's still corruption loose in the world. But it will be cleansed. The Anointed will see to that.
Goddess, please favor one of your children today. Give me strength.
That
and
scared
courage.
me. I was like, wait, what?
Gotta protect her so she can cleanse the corruption.
What? They're still corrupted? What do you, I've done the game. What do you mean? A free sample box. Don't mind if I yes. Oh. Well, guys, what machine do you want to see me murder? Oh, I don't think I can do a Deathbringer, but I can do all of them except a Deathbringer and a Corruptor, I think. I was expecting my reading to last longer. I mean, I guess I could stop the stream and stream something else. I don't know what I could go. I guess I could stream golf. Thunderjaw. Okay, yeah. I can go do that. Let me go find one. Do I want to do this one? Yeah, I'll do this one. Why not? Thunderjaw and a Stormbird, okay. Thank you, Papaya, I shall do this. Return of golf. Look. It's either golf... I'm trying to think what else I could do. That's like really quick. Oh, I guess I could do Sims, but you know, I know people are probably tired of Sims. And I can never be tired of Sims. Okay. Where... I need to go towards you. Come along. Stay here, horse. I'll be back. Let's see.
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me.
What's up, fucker? How do you do? No! Your blindness will not work on me! Bad! Woo! Oh, I missed it. Woo! Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go! Ah! Hi! Hello. How's it going? How's it hanging? Ah! Hello. It's nice to see you. Oh, I knocked it down. Well, damn. Here we are. Oh, I got a tree. I missed the thunderjaw. Uh-oh. Why am I stuck? Oh, dear. That's not great. That's like the opposite of good. Ow. Hello. Ah! No. Bad. Bad! Bad! Bad. How about we don't? How about no? No. No. Bad. Nope. But we don't, but we say that we did. Woo! Was that 1,500 damage? Holy shit. Oh, he's got a sliver of health. What? How did that not hurt you? You should be dead. Oh, my game lagged hardcore right there. Yay! I did it. I saved the world. Okay. Alright. Now we need to go find a stone bed. Nope, that's Glenrock. Oh, there it is. Should I do this one or this one? I'll do this one. Return of Gulf. I'm trying to... Hold on. Before I was defeating. I was gonna look at what other games I have that could probably just be a one-off. Oh, I guess we could go mess around in Subnautica for a minute. I don't know. Let me see how I'm doing. Uh-oh. Well, this is, less than amazing. Hey, buddy! How do you do?
Start.
Hello. Holy shit, I downed him. Get fucking wrecked. Hold on. Get fucking wrecked. Get fucked. Get just fucked. Okay, I'm gonna switch over now. Uh-oh. I missed. Hello. How about we don't do that? How about we do not do that? Oh, man. No! I gotta go. I missed. Ah! You missed! Where'd you go? Uh-oh. Please no, please no. Hi! How are you doing, friend? Ow. My eardrum. Oh. Uh-oh. Hello. Oh! Nice. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Well, that's less than... Oh, is he dead? I am the best. Ha ha ha! Yay! Okay. Oops. Alright. Well, that was fun. I will stand atop my prize. Oh. Or I'll clip through it. That's fine too. My prize. Rip burr. Ooh, here, I'll come kill these birds too. Well, they're like birds. Hey, bitches. I just toppled it. The other ones are like, wait, what? What just happened? Oh, shit, I toppled too. Hello. How do you do? Nope, Gerald! Bad. Bad Gerald. Mine. Mine. Holy shit, I have 600 sparkers? Oh, jeez. Okay, so, shall I continue murdering machines? Oh, I guess I could go take down the second burb. Wait, isn't there a snap mall location? I could go kill them. Oh yeah, they're over here. Okay. I'll murder these guys too, don't worry. I will give my chat time. Hello. No, no. You're scary. No! How about we don't? How about we not? How about a big no? How about no? How about no? Hello. Nice of you to join the party. No! Don't bite my booty. Bad. 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 Bad.
Oh, mine now.
Hey, it's not too scary. It could be SCP-682. I don't. Oh no! Hello. No! Okay, new plan. Alligator. How about we talk about this? Got you in the eyeball, sir. Got you in the snout. Oh, very interesting, Ghost. Oh. Okay, there we are. Give it up for the resident SCP fanatic. Whoa. Nice. Oh, is there stuff for me? Oh, hello, fishy. I'm just gonna swim right by you. Oh, I've already gotten this stuff. Rip. Well. Oh my gosh, I killed a fish! Oh, that's one way to do that. Oops. What the fuck was that? That was the tear ammo. It's what tears off, like the weapons. Oh, there's a campfire over here. Well, what I might do is I might save. I'm trying to think of what else I could stream that isn't The Sims. I mean, unless you guys would be okay with The Sims. Let me save real quick. And we'll sit here. Oh. Thank you for the beautiful facts, Ghost. Why not? I mean, I could do golf. You want golf? I don't... I can do golf. Golf is fine. I would like golf. Okay. It's been a... Yeah, of course. No, I'll do golf. It's funny that that's what you want. I mean, I like the golf, but... Alright. Well, then I will probably be about 5 or so minutes. Well, probably not even that. But I'll just be a couple minutes, just because I have to go get the disc. But I will be back, and I will be live. And I will be here to torture you with golf. I mean... not torture, but to show you the beauty that is a golf game. Okay. Alrighty. Well, oh, before I leave, this is, officially the end of Zero Dawn. I'm sorry it was really boring, and it was just reading. But, I think some of the reading will come in handy when we get to Forbidden West. And I'll try to point some things out that I can remember when we start that up. Just a reminder that Forbidden West is not happening until next year. I'm going to plan when in January I want to start it. But yes, Forbidden West is coming next year. So that's really exciting. And then, what's the other thing? Oh, tomorrow is below zero. So if you do not want to stay for golf, which I don't blame you, if you want to stay for golf, that's great. I just have to quickly get out and then hop back on and start streaming again. So, without further ado, thank you for watching. I hope I didn't completely bore you to death completely bore you to death or death. Yes. Oh! The other thing is I now officially have a VODs channel. I thought it might be a little easier to do it that way and then just do the highlights on my regular channel just so it doesn't get clogged with videos. So, as soon as I, and this probably won't happen until December now because of my leg, but, I'm gonna download all the old videos and they're gonna go up on the VODs channel. So everything will be public on the VODs channel fairly soon, I hope. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I'm sorry if I bored you to death. But, golf is coming in like 2-3 minutes. Alright, bye guys.